Good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Sarasota. Whether you're a member, a regular attendee, or you've just found us, we want you to know that we're here to support you in finding a personal relationship with the God of your understanding and in discovering what you already know. My name is Jim Grove, a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the center, and I greet you with Namaste. Namaste is Sanskrit and means the divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Let's begin by affirming our vision and mission statements. The words can be seen on your screen. Please feel free to read aloud with me. First, our vision: empowering spiritual growth as a loving, inclusive, worldwide community. And now our mission: we teach science of mind principles and other life-affirming spiritual truths. We explore, we learn, we grow, we connect, honoring all paths to God. We offer in-person and online weekly services, classes, workshops, affirmative prayer support, and other spiritual tools. We create opportunities for joyful social connection, community outreach, and service. And we celebrate the awakening of our innate spiritual magnificence. Now, as we move into our time of prayer and meditation, I invite you to relax, close your eyes, take a deep cleansing breath, and go within as Fawny Frost and Bob Teesdale set the tone for us with a chant entitled, "I Am Opening" by Christy Snow.
I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. We are opening, we are opening, our hearts are ready to receive. We are opening, we are opening, our hearts are ready to receive. We are opening, we are opening, our hearts are ready to receive.
God is all there is, by whatever name I use for it: Spirit, the Infinite, the Universe, or Divine Guidance. Its presence is all around, pressing against me and pushing outward from within, urging me forward to experience greater good than I have ever conceived possible. As such, I am open to all possibility and ready to receive divine guidance from within and without. The very act of opening to possibility creates an avenue through which the infinite can inspire me into right thinking and right action. As I open, I become aware of the signs of God's guidance, which are everywhere. It may be a feeling, an overheard remark, a phrase in a song I'm listening to, a sentence from an article I'm reading, or a slogan on a billboard. Whatever the means, I know that God is speaking to me and guiding me toward that which is for my highest good and all others with whom I have contact. I now set an intention to pay attention. As I do so, I become aware of all the ways God provides loving guidance, both subtle and direct. No matter how small or large my challenge or desire, divine guidance is always available. I claim this as my truth, and I know if it's true for me, it's true for everyone. With the deepest sense of gratitude, I release this word of truth to the law of good with full faith and confidence that it is even now working to guide me into the most rewarding and fulfilling experience of life. And so it is. The message today is the fifth and final part in a series by our spiritual leader, Reverend Karen Wolfson, entitled Your Divine GPS, Signs Are Everywhere. But before we hear from Reverend Karen, Fawny and Bob are back to sing I'm Looking for a Miracle. Welcome, Fawny and Bob.
Looking for me.
Oh, thank you, Fawny and Bob. I'm looking for a miracle. I'm looking for a miracle. Who hasn't? I know I do all the time. Best part, a miracle is looking for me. A miracle is looking for you. And the most important message in the song is the question, what do I choose to see? Oh, and taking that further, where it says, I love the part that reminds us, so many gifts I failed to see till I looked through the eyes of the child in me. Kind of like the chant that Fawny sang earlier, I am opening, opening. So, today my message for you is signs are everywhere, or miracles are everywhere. And this is the final part of this month's series, Your Divine GPS, or God's Perfect System, GPS. And just to catch you up, these messages are all available on YouTube and our Facebook page. So if you've been with us for these October Sundays, you know why this theme for October, because October, autumn, blesses us as a season of noticeable changes in nature. It makes me more conscious of the changes in all of life. And although we know that change is always about growth and evolving, yet its uncertainties can be, very challenging. So this month I'm reminding us of some truths and some tools for navigating and thriving in the process of change. But first, let's check in. How do you like my Halloween decor here? I think about you between our times together. How are you getting along during these times of change going on all around in our world, and maybe changes in your own life, your family, brought about by the pandemic and some of the ripple effect of it in the past year and a half? I love getting your texts and your messages and emails, so I sort of have an idea of how some of you are doing anyway. But you are not alone, and I want you to know it's just so good thinking of you out there. And I continue to affirm and see you as vibrantly healthy and abundantly supported in every way. And of course, to you, our financial team, you who are our contributors, thank you for standing by us. You continue to be an absolutely essential part of all that makes it possible for us to do this, to share our message, our caring, and our connection. Thank you. So as I was contemplating this whole idea of change and its uncertainties, which can be often very daunting, I realized that the thing we feel, I'll say we, but me too, the thing we feel we first need is guidance. Guidance. And what better example of guidance than, a GPS, that digital satellite-informed system we have in our car or on our phone. Well, we have a spiritual guidance system available to us. So here are the 5 Sunday topics this month. Your Divine GPS started out with You Are Here, your starting point. And then Your Divine GPS, Destination or Distractions, followed by Your Divine GPS, Always on the Journey from Head to Heart. And then Your Divine GPS, Find Another Way. And today, Your Divine GPS, Signs Are Everywhere. Let me first remind you again about guidance, divine guidance. Oh my. It is amazing. It is so brilliant, and it is so available. It's a wonder that we, and I'll include myself, we're so often oblivious to it. And instead, we spend so much time and energy looking for it everywhere but where it is. Here's how Ernest Holmes, the architect of our teaching, describes this marvelous divine GPS, God's positioning system. He said, we are being guided by a loving intelligence, and to realize this is to know that all the wisdom, intelligence, and power of the universe is right where you are. It is God, Spirit, higher power, the universe, whatever you wish to call it, that is the invisible partner in our lives, going before us, preparing the way. So back to our example, your car's GPS. You set your destination location in your GPS and it gets busy figuring out several routes, suggesting which it thinks is the best for you. And once you begin, it will calmly and persistently give you directions. You might deviate purposely or inadvertently, but it goes on giving you directions. The guidance is always there. And even though I know that, I still look for signs along the way, just to be sure I'm headed in the right direction. And I do the same thing in life. I look for signs. Maybe you do that too. Especially when going through a change filled with unknowns. It reminds me of the title of a book by Linda Potter. It says it so well. If only God would give me a sign. Have you ever thought that? Well, I have. It's not that the universe, God, the infinite, is being stingy with signs for us. They're everywhere. Ernest Holmes said, we should realize that this presence, greater than we are, is cooperating with us. So we must cooperate with it. And our cooperation is so simple. Believe in it, trust its guidance, and welcome its expression through us. Believe it, trust it, and welcome it. Not usually flashing neon signs, but sometimes it could be. Usually this guidance, these signs come through coincidences and synchronicities, and I like to call them God winks, and that's not a term original with me, but I love it. It says it all, God winks. Doors opening, opportunities appearing, or doors closing and opportunities that seem to vanish. Deepak Chopra, in his book, The Infinite Power of Coincidence, explains them like this. These occurrences indicate a sort of cosmic guidance system, that organizing and unifying force in the universe that connects all things because it is all things. It guides us to our very reason for being, which is not about getting, but is about becoming. Now, in her book, If Only God Would Give Me a Sign, Linda Potter shares this example. She writes, I was just plain discouraged about my life. So one day I raised my clenched fist to the heavens and shouted, God, just give me a sign, now. And then I lowered my voice and added, any sign will do. Just something that steers me in the direction so I can manifest the life I really want before I'm too old to enjoy it. Okay, I'm good to go. I waited to be wowed by some sign. But wowed never showed up. So she says, I downheartedly got on with my dismal life. Well, a few days later, on what had been a particularly crazy, long, busy day, all I wanted to do was get home quickly and just chill. Well, I should have suspected something was up when suddenly I felt a strong urge to take a quick detour to my favorite little bookstore. Well, after hurrying into the shop for a bit, I left and I was about to head home when destiny intervened. I had left my car keys on the checkout counter. So, as I spun around and headed back toward the door of the shop, I saw it. An ordinary sign, but it stopped me in my tracks. A white plastic sign in the window saying, Help Wanted. But right below, in handwritten letters, it said, Inquire Within. Oh my. Well, this was my first sign, guiding me to turn inward for that still small voice of guidance. Inquire within. And she fills her book full of examples. It's a wonderful book. So, how do we access this divine guidance? We inquire within. Or, in the words of Holmes, it is simply a matter of accepting that it is right here by means of our intuition. That's right, our intuition. Thomas Troward, early New Thought teacher and author, writes, Intuition is this subtle gem of guidance and genius. It is unencumbered by our limited human logic, which argues there are too many obstacles, you haven't a chance, you're ill-equipped, you're limited. It can come on tiptoe and incrementally, just a nudge or a hint. And it's not all that complicated. As Einstein said, if the answer is simple, it is God's. And it doesn't exclude your logical common sense thinking abilities. Jonas Salk, the scientist who developed the first polio vaccine, observed, "Intuition will tell the thinking mind where to look next." Edgar Mitchell, the astronaut, even took this further when he reported that in preparing for a lunar flight, he said, "We spent about 10% of our time studying plans for the mission and 90% learning how to react intuitively to all the what-ifs." He said that reliance on the intuitive response was the most important part of the astronaut's training. Who would have thought? So, how do we develop our ability to see and recognize these signs? Isn't it interesting that when you're wanting a sign, you seek it so fervently, you'd think you couldn't possibly not recognize it. But so often, have you noticed, when you finally get it, you see that it was there all along? Well, Ralph Waldo Emerson observed this long ago. He said, "People only see what they are prepared to see." So I'm going to say, relax, stop trying so hard, and just be. It's not about making it happen, but making it welcome. Now, here are some examples of times when I almost missed some signs. But as a result of these, I'm becoming increasingly tuned in to signs all around me. After a family visit several years ago, when a disturbing discussion left me really upset and questioning myself, I was in the airport on my return home, and I glanced up and I saw a young woman carrying a tote bag. And on the tote bag it said, "Live your best life." Well, I was so absorbed in my own unhappiness that, I barely noticed it. I had a fleeting thought about, isn't that a nice slogan? And then, a few minutes later, the lights went on, and I realized it was just the reminder I needed to lift myself from the opinions of some of my family members and to remind myself to get on with living my best life. That message made all the difference that day. Another time, while driving in my neighborhood doing some errands, but on my mind I was struggling with some issue over and over and over. And suddenly, as I drove by a bus stop, and I wasn't even stopped there, I almost missed seeing the young man sitting there at the bus stop. But out of the corner of my eye as I went by, I noticed he was wearing a t-shirt that said, "Trust the process." Now, it was a red t-shirt, and I laughed. The universe was really doing its best to get my attention, and it did. That message helped me calm my thoughts about whatever the issue was that I was going on and on about in my head. And then one day I was going to Office Max, feeling down about something that day, and I was walking through the parking lot from my car to the store, and there on a card was a license plate that said, "It will all work out." It will all work out. I had to laugh at that one because I knew it was a sign, a message meant just for me. When I'm dealing with some problematic issue or decision I need to make, so often it seems most everything I read is related to that. Or you've maybe noticed this too, a movie, a TV program, a casual comment. Signs are everywhere. So how then do we block our view of these wonderful signs and this guidance? The graceful American impala can leap to a vertical height of 10 feet while covering a horizontal distance of 30 feet. And yet these beautiful animals can easily be kept in an enclosure surrounded by a solid fence or barrier no more than 3 feet high. Why? They simply will not jump if they can't see where their feet will land. They don't know that the earth is as solid on the other side of the fence as it is on their side. As a result, their world is limited to only that which they can see. Well, we too can limit our view of what's possible, of those signs, because we're looking in the rear view mirror, for one thing. That is, we're looking at what has happened up until now in our lives, or even in the world, or even statistically. That's called precedent. But you know, principle is not bound by precedent. But often we are. Also inhibiting our view of these signs, we'll be distracted by people's well-meaning advice and shoulds, or we're looking for a bolt of lightning, a dramatic sign, or we're impatient, or we're control freaks. We have the need to know exactly how it's going to work out, all of it. And we overanalyze, we overthink the sign right in front of us. Or we don't like the sign. It isn't what we had in mind. So we argue with what shows up, or we just plain dismiss it. The best way I find I can recognize these signs is to notice my feelings. Sometimes the signs we receive might feel a bit scary, but that feeling is eclipsed by what Joseph Murphy says in his book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. He says, before you have all the supporting evidence, this guidance comes as a feeling, an inner awareness, sometimes an overpowering hunch where you know that you know. And it is not diminishing to you or anyone. You feel excited, eager, expansive, and you feel a peace that passes all understanding. As Pema Chodron said, if I listen with my heart, I don't have to think so hard with my head. In other words, let love lead the way. You know, that's what your divine GPS is all about. Love. So listen as Fawny and Bob treat us now with Karen Drucker's song, Let Love Lead the Way. And then have a great week as you notice all the signs meant just for you, because they're everywhere. I'll see you soon.
When my world is not okay, when there's roadblocks in my way, when I feel so all alone, these words will bring me home. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Oh, oh. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. When we can't see eye to eye, no matter how we try, we can find our harmony if you sing along with me. Come on now, let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Oh, oh. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. In everything, love will be the gift I bring, to give and to receive, straight from the heart, yeah. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Oh, oh. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. choice that I can make. In everything I do and say, I let love lead the way. Come on now, let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Oh, oh. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Yeah, let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Oh, oh. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way.
Thank you, Fawny and Bob, for so beautifully wrapping up Reverend Karen's wonderful message and series on our divine GPS. Now, as we move into our time of offering, I want to let you know that here at the Center for Spiritual Living Sarasota, we're available to support you in knowing the power and presence of your spiritual essence. We offer prayer support, inspiration, encouragement, and opportunities for virtual community and connection. And we're so grateful for your generous financial support of this center that allows us to support you. There are 3 easy ways to share your offering. On your screen, you'll see our website, which is www.cslsarasota.com, where you can choose a couple of options. You can select the donate button, which allows you to contribute via PayPal or by credit card. Or you can mail a check to our address. You can also set up automatic contributions through your own online banking. And now I invite you to place your hand over your heart as you reflect on your gift, blessing it as you share it. And know this with me: my gift goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper, and the divine flow returns it to me, multiplied abundantly. Now, please join me in our offering affirmation on your screen. I give thanks that I may share of my good, my love, and my support. Thank you. Do you need prayer support? I'd like to draw your attention to the green prayer request button. We invite you to use this feature to send us your request. Our 4 licensed spiritual practitioners, Kathleen Frankert, Ron Frost, Nicole Leeds, and me, are available to know and affirm spiritual truth with and for you in whatever challenge you may be experiencing. We're also available for 1-hour spiritual coaching sessions by appointment. These sessions offer the opportunity to explore a deeper understanding and practical application of the spiritual truth that transcends your problem or challenge. For more information, check our website under the staff link at the left side of the screen, and then select Practitioners. Here on our website, you can also sign up to receive our weekly email newsletter. Please also check out our Facebook page for posts about upcoming events. I just have one announcement for you this morning. Our Spiritual Living Circle meets via Zoom every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. to discuss an article from the current month's Science of Mind magazine. This week, we'll be discussing the article by Ernest Holmes in the November issue entitled Dynamic Faith Creates Your Experience. This is a wonderful no-cost opportunity for social connection and to more fully explore your own spiritual development by connecting with and learning from other like-minded individuals. If you'd like to participate, please email me at the address shown on your screen, and I'll send you the Zoom link, article, and discussion guide. Now, as we conclude this sacred time together, let us move forward into the week ahead, looking for those signs of our divine guidance and accepting them with heartfelt gratitude. I invite you to listen or join in singing our closing song, Let there be peace on earth. Thank you for being with us and have a great week, everyone.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God our Creator. We are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow.